Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton, where we are playing It is turn 80. This is probably going to be a short turn. I'm probably going to jump through a bunch of stuff. Unfortunately, I do not have as much time tonight to get this done as I normally would. But yeah, let's go. Okay, so we have completed Alteration 8. This is pretty cool, but doesn't grab us a whole bunch. We're more interested in Alteration 9. Let's go. We have been attacked by a whole bunch of different horrors. This is a really bad horror turn. Gudu 57 was attacked by Soul Torns and was successful in defending itself. Gudu 58 summoned some Kusarikus. Leopard Love cast Tartarian Gate and was attacked by a horror. We'll watch this one because Leopard Love is pretty big importance. And, oh, would you look at that? He did horror things. Boom, dead. Great. That's annoying, but it is not the end of the world. We have some caveats. We are building in checks and balances, right? Leopard Love is an immortal. As long as he does not get soul slayed, then he is still worthwhile to us. So, we continue. Gudu 49 has cast Summon Kusarikus. Isham 10 cast Mother Oak. And, of course, got attacked. We've had really bad luck. On some people never get attacked. Some people get attacked only by weak people consistently. Some people cast something and immediately get attacked and immediately die. So Isham 10 had never... I don't know if there's like... Maybe there's a mechanic within Astral Corruption that the more you spend on something, the stronger the thing is that comes after you. I don't know. Maybe that is in play. But Isham 10 casts Mother Oak and immediately gets attacked by a Defiler of Dreams. Which is kind of like, okay, unfortunate. Isham 11 casts Transformation, turns into a moose, gets attacked by Horror Mantis. Dies. Nazar II is brought back and promptly gets attacked by a Mind Slime Horror, but manages to survive. We will go and watch this. He casts Wooden Warriors. I have no idea why he would cast Wooden Warriors when he can cast something like Iron Skin. Body Ethereals, Astral Shields, does Strength of Gaia, comes in, starts swinging, and basically just punching with a magic weapon fist. And manages to hit the Mind Slime Horror hard enough that he immediately routs, basically. Oh, he's not actually dead, though. He does whack the shit out of Nazar II, by the way. Because Nazar II does no longer has a billion HP, because we don't have freaking Gift of Health up anymore. So we almost very nearly we recalled Nazar II and then lost him, but fortunately he was able to withstand the assault. NT5 has captured some blood slaves. We're not making a whole lot of progress on that. If we luck into getting a blood Tartarian, then that kind of helps open up the door, right? Gaia 7 was attacked by some Horror Mantises. This is just a guy who's gotten marked. Gaia 15, same thing. Another Gala who's gotten marked. We had a couple of battles. We had a battle in Andoria where we attacked with an Earth Gudu doing Earth Elementals. And this time we were successful. We witnessed a battle in Vamoria, which was just a scout pinging from Lanka. And then we had a battle in Thorn Woods. This is actually really funny. So I'm going to speed through this real quick. This is our undead contingent, our soulless, running at these villains who keep doing a whole bunch of damage, and then actually beat the shit out of these Solus. Because, you know, Solus have very low skills, and the villains, you know, are relatively average, actually. But we lose there. Unexpected event, we gained some gold from a small gold deposit. We gained some unrest in Sismory and lost tax. Did some we found more brigands, and this one sucks. This one sucks. So watch this. This is a whole bunch of villains up against a nearly 20 province defense province. The problem is the whole freaking province is slingers. So we get into a slinger v slinger battle, and for whatever reason, these villains show up and they have experience. They all have like chevrons. So they're better, they're more precise with their slings. Or bows, rather. They've got short bows. But they're more precise than my slingers are. So... and the slingers are out. If we'd had, like, 6 Enkidu soldiers or something like that, we would have slaughtered them. Unfortunate. Our scout was discovered in Anglavania. We cured a unit from their disease, moved on. Okay, so a lot of this movement is normal Enkidu Elder movement, moving around, that type of stuff. Like this is all a movement chain of Enkidu Elders, just getting Enkidu Elders in place. We are turning around and attacking Thornwoods with our actual little NC7's army. We are holding up in Kailasa. We are recruiting all over the place because at least the one thing we have going for us is a pretty stellar income. We're making a whole shit ton of money, so we're recruiting all over the place, mostly Gudus, Spear Warriors, etc. We're continuing to do, you know, Sea Sorks and Pegasus Riders, continuing to do what we normally do in the capital, a Mushushu, bunch of Inki's chosen, rinse, repeat. But the big things this turn are going to be that we are attacking Mictlan. So Mictlan, we have the big army moving. I considered the concept of actually moving on both Scytha and Gieta. But I'm actually somewhat worried about Belphegor. I don't know what his script is, but Mictlan hasn't taken the last 2 turns. I wanted to potentially wait for alteration, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking tired of Astral Corruption. It's kind of ruining the game for me, because it doesn't feel like I'm fighting anybody. It just feels like I'm fighting Astral Corruption. So we are consolidating the army on 72, and then we might branch off. We might break away and do some spread out tactics, but in theory we might just march straight to Mictlan. We've got Crumna, who is a Tartarian Titan, an Earth 3 Titan, who is coming up behind us. She's going to grab some Earth Boots and then join the party afterwards to be able to cast Army of Lead or Gold when we get it researched, which is going to be a while now that we're moving so many of our mages once more, right? This is a huge block of mages. We are outfitted to do all the things we normally do. Summon water elementals, fog warriors, wind guide, thunderfend, frostfend. I need to put in warriors of Muspelheim, I think. Not from that guy, from the other guy. Yep, this guy. So frostfend. We've already got a divine blessing, so let's get a warriors of Niflheim. Oh, should be fine. So we're gonna have an extra fucking gem just to satisfy that. So we're going to have a bunch of buffs all over the place. We're actually going to have Will of the Fates in now, so we'll also have Luck. And yeah, we've got a bunch of Soul Slays mixed in to our communion as well. Hopefully in the effort of sniping Belphegor very early on, because he didn't have magic resistance gear. So it's possible we get a lucky snipe off on him. Fingers crossed. That would be really cool. But not necessarily expected. We're ready to duke it out. Should the case require it. Realistically, though, we should, between our Thunderstrike spam and Soul Slays and things like that, we should be able to obliterate him fairly quickly. Almost to the scenario of he might just run. So we'll see. And aside from that big movements, we aren't doing anything hyper aggressive. We are casting Gift of Reason on our newest Tartarian. We did get a Tartarian Spirit. These guys are pretty interesting because they have built-in regeneration. Pretty cool. We're not going to be able to use them for a while. We're going to continue to build up tarts as we can. But we are moving towards making efforts of reestablishing Gift of Health. But if Miquelin's going to be off the world stage soon, I want to coordinate that effort and make sure that I can foolproof myself against it in the future. I.e., I'm going to arrange certain... I'm going to wait for Astral Corruption to go down. I'm going to arrange certain individuals to be prepared to cast Gift of Health. Then I'm going to cast Gift of Health, and then I'm going to hide that fucking person and never do anything else with them ever again. Probably what I should have done already, but it is what it is. We are making another Skull Staff because we have lost our previous one. We made one this turn as well, but we'll probably make a handful of Skull Staffs in preparation. Not a handful. We'll probably try to keep 2 on us, so that at least 2 for now, so that if we lose a Lich, we have a Skull Staff to replace. And in the meantime, we are empowering Camul. So Camul is our other Lich, and this is the safety net, right? We are still our Lich is dead, but he is a Lich, so he will come back. In the meantime, we are going to safety net ourselves and put our gems into empowering Camul to where he can get to probably empowering him up to 6, right? Because that's the cheapest scenario realistically in the long term. We empower him up to 6, and then we give him a Skull Staff, and he's at 7. He can summon tarts. And we will probably then put Leper Love, because I don't think Leper Love has any horror marks. He might, but we will probably put Leper Love on lock and just not do anything with him anymore because he's got Well of Misery. We want to keep Well of Misery. End of discussion. So we're going to use a couple turns worth of Death Gems to empower Camul. We will probably get another Lich going as well. And use turns to empower them. And once we've got them both in this place, and this is whether or not Astral Corruption, we're doing this whether or not Astral Corruption stays up or not, right? Because then we can do, and if we lose one, well, we're still producing a Tartarian, rinse, repeat, etc. It's all good. Meantime, we continue to do Kusariku's, Rings of Warning, Lightless Lanterns, all that good stuff. And that is mostly the turn. I do not know what happened to Miquelin. I don't know if they ran into some trouble, or if they lost interest in the game, or if they've just accidentally missed the last couple turns, but they have not taken, I think, the last 2 turns. It's 10 hours until this turn, and we've got like a day-and-a-half turn timer. It's 10 hours until this turn rolls, and they haven't even checked the turn yet. So I'm assuming that they're probably, I don't know, they might be out. If that is the case, We're going to see how quickly Hinam, because Hinam and I have both agreed to attack Mictlan. We're going to see how quickly Mictlan gets burned out, burned down, and as soon as Astral Corruption goes off the board, we suddenly have a whole different ball game to be able to play. We don't have to jump all through all these fucking hoops anymore, etc., etc. So, really looking forward to that. You can't tell, I'm super salty over like the last 20 turns of dealing with Astral Corruption. I think my scenario, right, my issue is that 20 turns ago I was like, oh, this is really going to be annoying. And then I was like, hey, wait a second. Maybe if I do this thing, like if I go about it this way, that'll give me a fighting chance, right? And that's when I went into the whole like, we're going to make our capital be our production capital, and we're gonna get a bunch of bodyguards, and we're gonna get, you know, rings of warning, and we're really gonna stack into this and really be defensive and smart about it. But all it's ended up doing is being random fucking bullshit. Like, our ring of warning guy, he's been making rings of warning for like 20 years now. Never gets attacked. Or if he gets attacked, he actually did get attacked this turn, he gets attacked by something like 4 soul thorns. Okay, whereas every single turn, anyone who does anything big gets attacked by a horror, or gets attacked by a defiler of dreams, or gets attacked by a, you know, whatever, right? And then like our transformations, constantly getting attacked. We'll go through, we would go through certain turns where like I'd do a bunch of kusarikus and other stuff and wouldn't get attacked at all. But all like 2 out of 3 transformations have gotten attacked. So it doesn't so much feel as though it's luck, as it just feels like, realistically, it doesn't feel like I have a good counterplay, and I think that's what frustrates me about it. So, the counterplay is make them dead, and that's what we're gonna do. So, fingers crossed. We are trying, I will say this is going to be as it was previously, this is going to be a massive army with a whole lot of stuff going on for it. But that does not mean that it is impervious, right? Something like a Flames from the Sky, right? Could destroy this army, primarily because it could kill most of the communion. Now, granted, I have thrown in, and I would this is another thing. I can't. Not only do my counters for Astral Corruption not work, but because of Astral Corruption, I can't develop the counters for the other shit that I would want to come up against. Because one of the things I loved this idea of having this vast, you know, forging empire, where I'm putting Boots of the Messenger and Coral Blades, and eventually I wanted to get like fire helmets, right, on all of my communion individuals, so that they would have some resistance to something like Flames from the Sky, and have additional HP, right, and be able to be very mobile and move around at a whim when I needed them to. So I was really looking forward to that. And it was all 100% a possibility. The only thing that fucked it up was Astral Corruption. So, anyways, that's the plan probably for the next couple turns. A giant drive towards Mictlan, trying to get rid of Astral Corruption and deal with things as they come at us. Make our slight adjustments in plans. Probably call my god back 2 or 3 times, because here's the problem with my god, right? He's horror marked. He's getting attacked every single turn. He got attacked the turn he got summoned back, right? So we might as well cast with him, because he's gonna get attacked. It's kind of whatever, right? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, that's going to be it for the turn. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.